Hey, this is 6-Bolt Von Doom's Lab. This is a tutorial video on how to add your Retro Shooter RS3 Reaper to Hook of the Reaper. So once you got downloaded Hook of the Reaper and installed where you want it, you'll click on the exe, but the program will start in the tray icon, kind of like MAME Hooker did. And the main reason for that is when you're playing games and all that, you don't want the program up on the screen. So you have to go down to the tray icon, open it up, and find the Hook of the Reaper icon. And if you left click, it will pop up to, the view onto the desktop. Or also you can right click it too, and that will bring up a sub menu, and you can access a lot of the things on Hook of the Reaper. But in this, I'm just going to show you with the program on how you add it. So here I have it up and ready to go. So the first thing you want to do is click File, then go to Add Light Gun. This will bring up the Add Light Gun window. So you can see here is the first thing you want to do is the first one, which is called Default Light Gun. So if you had the RS3 Reaper, you want to come down here to the Retro Shooter RS3 Reaper and select it. And as you can see, all this kind of goes out because you don't really need that much information. So the first thing you want to do is add a name to it. So I just call it Reaper 1 for player 1. And then you come down to the COM port. So if you know the COM port that your Reapers are on, then you can go select them. I think mine's on 8. But if you didn't know which one, you can go click on 0, then you can just click the down button, and that kind of cycles through all your COM ports. So then once you see this, you have 3A through H Retro Shooters 1. That's the player 1's gone. Then if you see 2 here, that's player 2's gone. So I want to go to player 1's gone. So if you're brand new to light guns and you have never played with any light guns, I probably suggest not to go do any more settings or anything. Just this is just enough to add the Reaper 1 to Hook of the Reaper. So after you probably play some more games, you probably want to go back and do some more settings to set it up. But I suggest probably playing some of the games, kind of getting used to the light gun, then going back. So if you're kind of a first time person, this is pretty much all you have to do. You just have to put a name in, find the COM port. Then after that, you come down here and you hit the add button. So when I click the add button, two things are going to happen. You're going to visually see light guns in the list go up by 1. So you'll see it go from 0 to 1. And also it will play a sound saying, hey, you added a light gun. So let's do that now. So you can hear it's racking, kind of like a handgun, kind of a sound, kind of getting ready. So that's how you add. So now you have to change the name because you can't use the same name twice. It will kind of air out. So you have to go Reaper 2. Then, since we knew it was on COM 9, we go to COM 9. Then you just add it again. So there you go. That's how you add kind of 2 Reapers to Hook of the Reaper. Then you can close it and kind of go play some games, figure out how you like it. But after that, you're like, okay, I do want to go change some settings now. So what you do is you come in here, you go to Edit, and you go Edit Light Gun. So that kind of brings up the same kind of window that you saw before. Instead of having kind of just the default light gun, now you have a list. So you saw I put 2 in. I have my Reaper 1 and Reaper 2 on COM 8 and COM 9. So as you can see here, information here, you can even change the COM port if you wanted to. But now let's go to the settings. So this settings kind of controls recoil priority and the other options for reload, damage, death, and the shake feature. So with the recoil priority, it's more giving a priority to the different recoil methods that's used by Hook of the Reaper. So the best one for the Reaper is the ammo value because it has the 5 LEDs on the side and the holdback feature. For those to work, you need the ammo value. So that's why it's number 1. So how does it recoil on ammo value? Okay, let's say you had 30 bullets, you shoot, you go down to 29. So Hook of the Reaper will see that and says, hey, you shot, then it will do a recoil. So when it goes from 30 to 29, it'll do a recoil. Then normal recoil is pretty easy. You just get a signal that goes from 0 to 1, a solenoid recoil signal, and so once you get that 0 to 1, it does a recoil. Recoil rumble to solenoid's a little different. This is kind of for the Alien 3 game, which had rumble recoil, which is different from the solenoid recoil. So I have recoil rumble to solenoid to convert it, and it kind of works pretty well. So actually Alien 3 light gun, an Alien 3 game actually works. Then the options down here, you have reload options. So when you reload, it will rumble your light gun. If you don't like that, you can disable it. Then you have damage options, kind of the same thing. It's like when you get damage, it will rumble your light gun. So you can keep that on or you can disable it. Then you have death options. So this is when you die in the game. It can rumble or not rumble. Then some games have like a shake feature, like a monster roars or something. When it roars, it kind of vibrates your light gun because kind of give you immersion in the game. So you can turn that on or have it off. Then when you come to advanced and display settings, some of these options are in here, mostly because of bugs actually in the Reaper. So the first one kind of bug we had was holding the slide back. So for full auto games, it wasn't holding the slide back. Only like maybe 1 out of like 30 games that was holding the slide back. And I made like 2 videos explaining all the reasons why this happens. So right now you can see it's enabled the hold delay. Then you have the delay, and also I have it, you can actually time it because usually the Reaper will hold the slide back and after 10 seconds it will come back. And I thought that was kind of long. So you can program to 1 to 9 where the Hook of the Reaper will bring it back. And so if somehow the Hook of the Reaper doesn't do it, then you have the 10 seconds of the Reaper. So you have this, two things are going to bring it back, which is really good. It makes safety really good. But if you don't want the slide to hold back at all, you never use the hold slide command, you can come over here to disable the slide hold. And as you can see, it knocks all this out and disables it all. So if you don't want to use the holding the slide back, you can just disable it all. And that was kind of one of the bugs. Then another bug is the skip auto LED bug. And this is when the game doesn't have the ammo value. So the RS3 Reapers have a command called auto LED. Because when you go into, external mode with force feedback, it will make all the lights on the side of the light gun all orange. And if you don't have ammo value, it will just stay orange. But they put a command called auto LED to bring it back to make it have those kind of custom like lighting effects on the side of the gun when you pull the trigger. So if you don't have the ammo value to kind of light it up to do the ammo value, you can have that. But the problem is when you use this command, it doesn't block the rumble button anymore. So when you hit the reload button, it will rumble. And it's actually the light gun's doing it. Hook of the Reaper is not doing it anymore. And this can be kind of a problem. Because even when you have full ammo, you hit the button, it will rumble. And some games with like pedals, like one of the games before I fixed it was Time Crisis. Because when you hold the pedal down, the game will spam reload. So when you're holding the pedal, the light gun will just sit there and rumble as long as you are using the foot pedal. Then when you come off, it won't. Then you put it back on, it'll go. And some games are like that. And also if you make a button, because sometimes you can, in emulators, make that button do something else. So when you hold down that button, it'll just rumble all the time. So this is due because of the auto LED kind of bug. So I know sometimes people don't care about the lights on the side. If you don't really care about the lights on the side, you can enable the skip auto LED. So then it will always make it orange on the side of the LED, but you won't have this bug with the reload button. However, I did go into a lot of the foot pedal games because there's a default LG in the game files. You can also skip auto LED too. So I enabled that for all the pedal games. So even if this is off, the pedal games are not going to be a problem because I fixed them already in version 1.3.3. So you can have some other games. So it depends on if you run into this problem or not. So if you know this is not enabled and you're playing games and you're hitting the reload button and it's like rumbling and the LEDs on the side are not orange, you know it's because of this bug. So that's kind of the two bugs that I can do. And I'll go through the other two bugs so people are more aware of them. Then the last kind of setting, you can disable control of the side LEDs, which usually is off, but you can disable that. And also large ammo. So what is large ammo? That's kind of, you only have 5 LEDs, right? So if it's the ammo, once it reloads, if the reload value is 15 or higher, it will start dividing down the lights. So because you have 15 ammo and you have 5 lights, so you go 15 divided by 5, so that's 3. So 1 light equals 3 ammos or 3 shots as it goes down. Then 20, it will be 4 shots for 1 LED. So anything below that, it will treat 1 bullet, 1 light. So if it's 14, you have to go all the way down to 4 until those lights start going off. So you can actually change this. So if you wanted to make it 10, so then it's 2 bullets per ammo, you can do that. But I think 10 is the lowest you can go on it. But those are the settings for the Reapers. Like I said, 2 of them are because of bugs, and 1 is just controlling some more of the slide. Then that's pretty much it. Then after you change things, you can come down here to edit it. So you have to edit to make sure the changes go in. And also there's delete if you want to delete the light gun. But that's all all the settings and how to add it. So the last thing I just wanted to talk about the other 2 bugs that are on the Retro Shooter RS3 Reaper. So I talked about the holdback issue and I talked about the auto LED. So the next one is a hardware issue. And it's these are for the people who bought like the Reapers early, because what the problem was is the power supply couldn't do enough power if both guns held back the slide at the same time. So if people are playing, sometimes people have 2 guns and they shoot it at the same time, and then they'll empty it at the same time, and the Reapers will hold back the slide at the same time. And if you had a 24 volt 3 amp, sometimes it will have this problem and disconnect. So it will disconnect both light guns and then it has to reconnect. And when you do that, it won't work in Hook of the Reaper anymore. You have to like close the game out and go back into it. But I say that now because I think now Retro Shooters actually sends a higher amperage power supply now. So it was kind of like more the earlier people that got the 24 volt 3 amp power supply. Sometimes it's not enough current for 2 Reapers. So a lot of times people will play with one light gun and it'll be fine. But if you play with two and they hold back, it happens. But I put some code in to stop it, because when you enter and exit a game, it will, hold back the slide. Because sometimes when you go through cutscenes, it'll make the ammo go to 0, then hold the slides back. And if you exit the game, it makes the ammo go right to 0. So both guns, ammo will go right to 0, and they hold back the slide. So a lot of times when you exit a game, it was holding the slides back and do that. But I put in code not to do that. So that makes it better. So if you're one of the people that bought like earlier packages and you had the 24 volt, 3 amp power supply, just be aware of that. Just if you're having problems right when both of the slides go back, then that's probably an issue. Then you have to get, a lot of times you can probably contact Retro Shooters, or I think you can buy another power supply for like $10 that we at least need 4 amps. If you have 2 light guns, you need 24 volt, 4 amps or higher. So you can go 4 amps, 5 amps, 6 amps. Then the last bug is the software bug, which I can't do anything with. And this is with the dip switches. So if you look at the dip switches on the Reaper, you'll see a reduced recoil dip switch. And if you turn that on and then go play a game with force feedback, so when you go into force feedback mode, or it will ignore that dip switch. So your recoil won't be reduced anymore. So that's kind of, I can't get around that because I can't control it. So it ignores the dip switch and you'll have full recoil. So there's no way around that one, and I can't do any one. So 2 of them I can do stuff. One fully with the whole back. The auto LED is still kind of like a partial fix. The power supply is easy to do, just getting another power supply. Then the other one can't do anything about. So I just want to make sure everybody knows about those bugs, because a lot of times I will still get people like getting bug reports, stuff, and it's like, even with these problems, even though they've been out for a long time. But that's it. Thanks. Bye.